Hey there, it is Tracy Black of don'tmesswithmama.com, and I wanted to start a healthy series here, a sort of a healthy swap series to show you just how easy it is to make simple swaps in your home for products that are just so much better for your skin and so much better for your body too. So today I wanted to talk about how to make your own facial serum. But first I thought we'd talk a little bit more about skincare, okay? I remember I was one of those people who used to spend $150 at the department store buying skincare products that I thought were good for my skin. And really, in hindsight, what it had done is ate a hole in my wallet and really did nothing for my skin. For many, many years, I would sort of change products back and forth to find something that would work for my skin. And really nothing kind of worked because I had to get back to basics. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So let me give you even more history with what was going on with me. I don't know about you. If this has happened to you, I would love to hear from you. Go ahead and comment. But I have always struggled with skincare. Ever since I was a teenager, I've just had troubled skin. It was always such a struggle. And I remember getting into my 20s, hoping that things would get better, and it didn't. And then I thought, okay, surely as I get into my 30s and late 30s, things would get better, and it didn't. I would just buy more expensive products thinking that it was going to help my skin, and nothing really did. So there were a few things some changes that I had made to improve my skin, and one of them was diet. I mean, hands down, diet is one of the number one things that you can do for clean, healthy skin. At the time, I was a vegetarian. I mean, shout out to you vegetarians. I think it's fantastic. But the problem with me is that I wasn't eating good, clean food. I was still sort of eating junk. Just like when you're gluten-free, you can still eat junk, right? So I was a vegetarian and eating a lot of processed products, a lot of soy products, and really it was just kind of wreaking havoc on my skin. So as I got older, I switched to a more real food diet, right? Following in the footsteps of sort of a Western price diet. We went gluten-free as a family simply because my husband had celiac, and it was just easier for us as a family to do that. But once we switched over to a real food diet, once we got rid of the gluten, once we got rid of all the processed food and really looked for organic and pasture-raised food, especially the meat, my skin started to glow from the inside out. Now, of course, I still needed a little bit of help with my skin, and that's where the oils kind of came in. And I will tell you, when I first started using essential oils, I was deathly afraid of using them on my skin because I think we've all been led to believe, just like we've been led to believe that fat is bad, right? That's what I used to believe. I believed fat was bad. I wouldn't eat avocados. I wouldn't eat anything fatty because of the whole non-fat, low-fat movement. Now it's like as much fat as we can get in our diet. Fat is great if you're getting it from a good, healthy source, right? Like you're avoiding sort of the processed foods, or you're sort of avoiding sort of the factory farmed foods, right? Like you're going for pasture raised and organic. So fat was one thing, but oil was another. I was deathly afraid to put oils on my skin. If anybody agrees, I would love to hear from you. Comment below, okay? Or comment or like. But I was afraid to put oil on my skin because I thought it would worsen my problem skin. But really it didn't. What I had found out was that my skin was really just begging for nourishment. And so often what happens is that when your skin is dry, it will overproduce oil. And so you get kind of like that oily combination skin. And we all think that happens. We all think we have oily skin because we have too much oil, right, on our skin. But really what our skin is saying is that it is begging for nourishment and it needs more and more oil. So this is what I did, is I then started to play around with ingredients and found that I didn't need the stuff at the department store. If you actually look at the label of a lot of the department store brands, you'll find there's all kinds of crazy junk in there, things that I couldn't even pronounce. If I can make one recommendation, go to ewg.org and go to the skincare or Skin Deep database. They have a fantastic list of beauty care products there that you can actually compare and look at. You can even look up ingredients too. But as I started to look at the things that I was putting on my skin, I realized that I couldn't pronounce most of the ingredients in there, and so that kind of made me a little wary to put it on my skin, and it really just kind of wasn't working. So I was paying $50, $100, $150 for products that weren't even working. So I kind of just thought, you know what, just like my food, I want to go back to basics. So I started making my own facial serum, and I could not believe just how amazing my skin started to look. And really, it's just a few simple ingredients, and I'm going to show you today how to do it, okay? So really what you want to get started off with is find a good carrier oil. So a carrier oil is a nutty or a fatty oil. So good examples of this are your avocado oil, coconut oil. You can also use almond, rosehip seed oil. You know, different carrier oils can work for the skin a little bit differently. For instance, I love coconut oil on my body, but I don't like it on my face. It's a little bit too heavy for me. So find the right carrier oil that will work for your skin. Almond oil is a sort of a very, easygoing oil. So is jojoba, like easy, great for all skin types. What I find as far as an oil that my skin absolutely loves is rosehip seed oil. My skin just loves it. Like it soaks it in and it just has never looked better. Not only that, it's rosehip seed oil. It smells amazing, right? So I'll post a link here so you can see where I get my rosehip seed oil, but I got it on Amazon and it's a really great deal. When you're looking for carrier oils, you'll want to get something that's cold pressed and organic. Again, you want the best for your skin. Go big, okay, with your ingredients. Like, go for the good stuff. It's still going to be a lot cheaper than buying that stuff from the department store, like a facial serum from the department store, okay? So let me show you just how easy it is to make your own facial serum. So first, you're going to get a dropper bottle, just like this one. So you can get this also on Amazon. I'll post the links for all of this later. And you'll see it just has a little dropper right here, right? And so this is about a 1 ounce bottle. I like little bottles like this because I probably go through it maybe every 2 to 3 weeks, but I like making small batches because I find that as the season changes, like for instance, now it's coming into spring, my skin changes too, and I'll kind of adjust the essential oils that go in there. I also find this is really handy for travel, and I'm kind of always on the go. So this is how you can make your own facial serum, okay? Like again, you can ditch that stuff in the department store. It's so easy. So you're going to get your rosehip seed oil, right? Get your dropper bottle, and you're just going to pour it in and fill it up pretty much almost all the way to the top. And you'll see, I'm going to show you what rosehip seed oil looks like in just a second. It is kind of orangey. I'll show you sort of the consistency if I can get it out here. I don't know if you can see that. It's a little orangey, right? Do you see that? And has sort of that faint smell of rose, and it's a little bit thicker than like your almond or your avocado oil. Not quite as thick as like a coconut oil, okay? It's not gonna get solid when it's gonna be cold. But yeah, go ahead and fill up your bottle. So you can see I've got it filled up pretty much right there. And then what you're gonna do is just customize based on what your skin type is like. I personally find that most skin types work really well with a frankincense and with the lavender. So these are the two that I would put in. And for a 1 ounce bottle like this, you can just do 2 to 3 drops of each. I particularly like frankincense, especially if you spend a lot of time in the sun, which I do, because it just helps to improve skin tone and texture, really helps with those spots. And then lavender, of course, is great just for everything. We call it like the Swiss Army knife of essential oils. So this is where it gets fun. You can kind of mix and match based on what your needs are. I am 40, and so I've got what's called aging skin. So I like to put things in like geranium or rose, and I'll just do 1 to 2 drops of each of that, right, if I have it. So this is geranium right here, which I like to call the poor man's rose. There we go. I also like Helichrysum. That's also really nice for the skin. Very sort of restorative properties. Love it. And then you can also add other things too, like myrrh. Myrrh is great, and you'll often see myrrh kind of gets caked on at the top of the bottle. That's perfectly normal. Myrrh is like a cousin to frankincense. So if you don't have frankincense, you can use myrrh and vice versa, but I like to use both of them. And then I love to use this oil blend. It's called Aroma Life, and there's cypress in it, and I really feel like it helps to firm up my skin, and so I love that. And I'll add maybe 2 to 3 drops of that. So you can see there's a lot of fantastic nutrients in here. And that's about it. I mean, you could add other things too, like patchouli or ylang-ylang, but that's basically it. So you sort of put the little dropper bottle on, give it a good shake, right? Just like that. And this is your facial serum. How gorgeous is that? So probably for me, about half a dropper bottle, so about half of this, is good for my entire skin. And so what I do is after I wash my face and tone my face, I'll do about half of that dropper, put it on my skin, rub it in, and just put it all over my face, paying a special attention to under the eyes, around the mouth, right? All over. And if I have some left over, I'll put it on the neck too. You don't want to sort of forget about this area as well. But what I love about a facial serum in particular, again, with the rosehip seed oil. So I'm just going to tell you. So rosehip seed oil is fantastic. It's, you know, high in that sort of essential fatty acids, exactly what your skin needs. Helps to improve tone and texture, helps with wrinkles and with moisture levels. Also just protects the skin against sort of that premature aging. And that's all just in the rosehip seed oil alone. And then you add the essential oils, again, based on what your body needs. So some people are saying they love to put a lemmy. A lemmy is like the poor man's frankincense, and that's a great one too. Thanks for that comment. So yeah, you can kind of mix and match, use your facial serum right after you tone. And why do you want to use a facial serum, and why should you add it to your skincare regimen? Well, it's like this. You know, washing is great for your skin, right? Gets all the dirt and grime off. Your toner is going to be like Spanx for your skin. It helps to get the residual sort of dirt and grime off, but it also helps to tighten and get sort of those pores cleaned up. So before you put on your moisturizer, you gotta have a serum. What is the role of serum? Well, it's kind of like this. The molecules in the serum, right, the oils and the essential fatty acids and all the goodness that's in the essential oils really helps to get deep down into the layers of your skin. So it doesn't sort of just sit on the skin, it actually penetrates in your skin cells and goes much, much deeper. So when you just put on moisturizer and don't do a serum, the moisturizer kind of sits on the top layer of your skin, but nothing's kind of getting deep in there. Nothing's really sort of penetrating. So your serum with the essential oils helps to penetrate and get deep and moisturize and nourish your skin at a deeper level. So that's the benefit of having a serum, and that's how easy it is to make. So if I had a guesstimate to make a little 1 ounce bottle like this, I probably easily spent less than $5, maybe $10 total. Still, that's a lot cheaper than a lot of the serums that you'll find in the department stores. And I used organic, cold pressed rosehip seed oil, and then of course the best essential oils too, right? So you're getting great ingredients for your skin. I can pronounce everything that's in it, and your skin will look amazing just giving this a try. So thanks so much for joining me on this Healthy Swap series. I'll have more coming up soon. Thanks so much. Bye.